Hi everyone, welcome to lesson 11, the inspector. Okay, in this lesson, we're going to be learning about a tool called the inspector. It's basically a visual tool that's provided by the browser. Okay, every browser has this, so it doesn't matter if you're using Chrome or Firefox or Internet Explorer. It's a tool that's provided by the browser that lets you inspect and tweak your web pages. It actually lets you inspect and tweak any web page, and we're going to see that in this lesson. Okay, so the lesson in CodeHS for lesson 11 does not have any exercises that you actually are doing any coding. We're going to use external web pages to complete a few short quizzes. So I'm going to work on the first one here with you all. Okay, so the first quiz is classes and IDs, and question one is asking us to open up DuckDuckGo in a new tab or new window. Okay, if you've never heard of DuckDuckGo, it's basically a search engine that doesn't track you. So it really is privacy focused and similar to Google or Bing or any other search engine. It just allows you to search the web. Okay, we're not really going to use it for that. We're going to use it to play around with this inspect tool. Okay, so step or question one is, did you open it up in a new tab? Once you've successfully opened it up, you can select yes and then check it. What's nice about the CodeHS quizzes, as you already know, is that it will let you know if you're on the right track or not. So we have that taken care of. All right, now question two says to inspect the picture of the duck that's in the middle of the page. And we're going to see that it's actually an A anchor tag, and we want to find out what is the anchor tag's class. Okay, to open up the inspect tool on this website or any website, you're just going to right click and then select inspect. Okay, so the inspector is basically it's this. Okay, so I know there's a lot going on here. Let's talk about what we see. It basically is going to show you all of the HTML tags that are on this page. So on the left hand side, you are literally looking at the HTML code for this page, and this should look familiar because we've been coding in HTML for this entire course. Okay, so we can see it starts with the doc type. It has a head and a body. You can see that some parts are minimized and then some parts are expanded. So if you see the arrow pointing to the right, you can open it up and close it. Okay, so we're literally just looking at the HTML on the left side. That's all this is. Okay, so that's that. On the right side, you can actually see all of the CSS rules as well. Okay, when you scroll over, hover over something, it'll highlight the element that it's applying to. Same thing on the left. If you hover over any of the HTML tags, it's going to highlight on the page correspondingly. All right, so what is the point of all of this? Okay, the inspect tool is essentially a debugging tool. It lets you examine your code and make changes, right? Like we can actually make changes here in the CSS and HTML and see what that would look like. So if this was your own web page, you might want to test out some new features, or if something isn't looking right, maybe you want to debug it here. And what's nice about this is it doesn't change the actual underlying code of the website. So you can make as many changes as you want. You can play around with things, experiment, but you'll have to go back to your HTML and CSS files to do the final edits. Okay, so the purpose of the inspector is it's a debugging tool. Lets you play around, make tweaks, make changes, and see what it would look like. All right, so we're going to use this for the remainder of the quiz. So let's go back and answer question number 2. So the anchor tag for the image is inside the body. Let's find it. Okay, so since we highlighted the image and we selected inspect, it's already highlighted, and we can see that the class is logo underscore homepage. So that's the answer for question 2. Okay, we can also check it. All right, great. Question 3. What kind of element has the ID search form input homepage? Okay, so we're looking for this ID. Okay, so if we go down a little bit further under the image, you will notice that there is a form. Okay, I think it's in this class. Here we go. So in this class, search wrap home, it's the search box basically. And the input tag is basically the search box. okay, and it has the ID search form input homepage. So that element, again, when we scroll over it, we can see it's highlighted. It's the search box. That is the element we're looking for. So input is the element, the tag. Okay, so let's go ahead and select that and see if we're right. Beautiful. We are doing great. 3 out of 3. Okay, last but not least, what is the ID of the body tag? Okay, I did numbers 1, 2, and 3. All right, you should know where to find the body tag, and I'm going to challenge you to figure out what is the ID. If you have any questions on the inspector, please let me know down below. Nice job, everyone.